Mm-mm-mm. Good morning. I can't find my fire. I need to get more lighters. Good morning, good morning. Okay, how's everyone doing this morning? Am I live on here? I was gonna get up and get dressed for you guys, but I am tired this morning. It's not happening, so no makeup, but throw a necklace on and some earrings and we're good to go. All right. Good morning, Margaret. Hey, Crystal. What up, Claudia? Hey, Jean. I'm good. I'm just tired. It's been quite a week. It's been quite a week. Um, it's been like, I don't know, just a very massive growth type of week. I think for pretty much all of us, right? Like just lots of things coming in, shifting, all of that. So, hey, Deb. Hey, Erin. Yeah, do you see? Ooh, do you see? And it's got some faux fur on it as well. So this worked out really great. If any of y'all have been to the Wellness Collective before we close, that purple couch was in the Wellness Collective. And I put it into storage. And when Jen was going to be coming, I said to myself, I need to get that couch in here just for that one morning because I need to fit two people and I can't fit two people in that chair. So brought it in, and of course, last minute lady over here. Jen was going to be here in like 15 minutes, and I'm like, oh, I better move this chair out and bring that couch in. But it turns out this chair here I assembled in this room, so it's not leaving unless I disassemble it, which was not happening. So I was like, oh my God, I have to fit all these things in here. So I rolled the other couch in, fits perfectly in that spot, and now this one fits here. So it actually works out really well. I'm loving it. Just covering everything in purple velvet now. So yay! I really enjoyed having Jen here yesterday and chatting with you guys. That was so much fun. So next week we have Erin Schrader coming in on Wednesday from the Rebel Herbalist. So I'm really excited to talk about that. And I'm sure we're going to talk about a lot of things, but I've had people with questions about flower essences and other plant type stuff, and Erin's the perfect person to ask. So stay tuned for that for next week. Tonight is the energetic protection and boundaries workshop, and there's still time to hop in there if you want to. And after it's aired, I am recording it and I will be popping it on the website so you can just purchase it if you want to keep it, because I think it's going to be hopefully a helpful tool. Um, and speaking of energetic protection and boundaries, hey Danielle, today we're going to talk about how to deal with the people in your life who are not on your same path. Because this has been, I feel like this will be an ongoing conversation, but it's a difficult one because it's it's just a difficult one. So I feel like the best way to start talking about this is just to tell you some stories. Okay, so and yeah, I'm just gonna tell you some stories and then I'll chime in with my thoughts about it. But okay, so I haven't always talked to crystals. That's not like something I just have been doing my whole life. And so when the crystals started kind of communicating with me in a way that was like, oh, this is actually happening, and like stuff started happening. Like I was telling you guys about how I went to Sedona and had that really crazy experience and brought back an attachment with me and was like being thrown around my room, and then like the kids' toys were moving, and my babysitter was like, yeah, there's an entity in your house. Remember that one? Um, so all of that was happening, and my husband is a very like, triple earth sign, um, engineer, like if I don't see it, it's not real type of person. And so he's he actually is a good person to kind of put my things against because I know if he sees them, then they're really happening. So, but at the same time, I felt judgment because I felt like I was being perceived as crazy and just really fringe and maybe a little conspiracy sometimes. And it was just a bad feeling of like, okay, I don't have I want to say all the things that are happening to me, all of these experiences and new feelings that I'm having, but I don't necessarily feel like it's going to be received in a way that's going to help me and support me, which may be true, may not be true. It's just how I felt. And so I know in like our respective families, right, we have the way that things are and things we talk about and things we don't talk about. And if your family is a family who doesn't talk about connecting with spirit or delving into metaphysical things and opening up to your own spirituality. Like if all of this that you're getting into now isn't what your group or your family aligns with, it can be really isolating and difficult to navigate it and know how to act with your family. But it doesn't have to be as complicated as our brains want to make it, or as um, what's the word? I don't know what the word is. I've lost the word, but it doesn't have to be so terrible because here's the thing. As always, a lot of this is ego. Okay, so we want to we get excited about something. Like I'm sure all of us have um, dabbled in veganism or know some friends who became vegans in like college and stuff. And with any type of new lifestyle thing, right, you're going to have people who make it their religion and get very, very zealous about it. So I've had friends and family who are really, really, really diehard vegans, and they can't be, they can't just be a vegan. They have to make you be a vegan, right? And so what that does is make them very, very annoying because there's nothing more annoying than a person coming into your home and telling you about all of the things that you are doing wrong and how you are a horrible person for eating that cheese and for whatever else it is you're doing. It's another way of getting in your ego and on your high horse and your soapbox. So if you're using your new spiritual growth in such a way, you're going to need to check yourself because that shit's annoying. So if you're going around, to family functions or with your friends and saying like, well, now I speak to spirit and this is my new spiritual way and you should do this too, that's where your ego stepping in, and it's definitely going to be a rough ride. So if that is what you're feeling, if you're feeling like you need others to also believe what you believe, then that is a sign for you to take a step back and not worry so much about others and focus here. That's healing that needs to happen, because when we focus inward, we don't necessarily need that validation from everybody around us. And that's kind of where I'm getting with this in a very roundabout way. I'm sorry, this week I am just, whew. So if you're gathering anything from my ramblings this week, just bless you for still being here with me. But what I'm saying is that this is a mostly inner journey that will bring people along with you organically. You can't pull them along with you. We talk a lot about sovereignty here because it's very important. It's so easy to want to save others and help others and heal others because it means we don't have to look at our own selves and deal with this first, because this is the hard part, right? It's really easy to look at other people and say, these are all the things you should do and that'll fix your life, but turn it around, fix this. Because if what you truly want is your loved ones to be able to be with you on this journey, the best way to get them on that journey is to walk your talk and to be in it yourself, to allow them to see how it shifts you, how it opens you up, how it makes your light brighter, how you feel more connected. They will see those things and then they will ask you. And that is your invitation to say things. Okay? So there's it, it's tricky, right? Especially if you don't already have a community around you or even just a few people around you that you can talk about these things with. And that's why it's so important to go find those people. And you will, because you're watching. So clearly you know how to find some woo-woo people to hang out with, right? And that's why we have restoration too, to help you connect with other people who are at the same place in your journey so that you don't need to lean on so hard your husband or your friends who are not interested in this at all and don't understand it. So you can find people who are in that same vibration as you are and can walk with them in this journey and start healing yourself and really living into this new way that we're moving into. That way, your loved ones can observe this in you. They can observe the change and they can make some decisions their own self for their journey if they want to. The invitation is there. So imposing your beliefs is not a good idea because it takes away from their personal sovereignty and it makes you super annoying. So we don't want to do that. On the other side, there's also some people are going to meet a lot of resistance from their families. I know I have some clients who have the issue of like their significant other kind of making fun of them or belittling their experiences, and family members doing the same thing. And here's the tough truth of that: stop telling them. If they can't receive what you're giving them with compassion and the ability to hold space for your experience, they don't really deserve to hear about your experience and to share in that with you. So if you are continually sharing something with somebody and they are continually either gaslighting you or making you feel less than or not giving you the support that you need, stop going to them. Stop putting yourself out there to be punished, because that's not going to help you and it's not going to help them. It's not helping anything. This is a signal for you to shift your focus, right? Shift your behavior. You don't have to make things harder for yourself. It's good to make things easier. So finding the people who are safe people to share your experiences with, and doing so with your own boundaries intact and feeling confident in them is so, 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 so important. And we're going to talk a lot about that tonight in the workshop, because everything becomes easier and more in flow when you believe in yourself and when you have strong boundaries that you can then enforce, right? Because you're saying, I respect myself enough to tell you that this is where my line is. And then they can make their decision. Are they going to respect you enough to say, okay, I see your boundary and I'll stop right there? People will show you what they're made of when you lay a boundary down. So it's very illuminating. Yes, Crystal, when someone tells you what they think, believe them. So we're not in the business of convincing other people of anything. If you find yourself in that position where you are defending yourself, defending your experiences, trying to make somebody else understand your viewpoint, these are all tips for you that you need to take a break, pull back, and look in here. Because you don't have to defend yourself to anybody. You don't have to defend your experiences to anybody. None of that is needed. What you need to do is believe in yourself enough that you don't find yourself in that position of needing to defend yourself to everybody. So this is an inside job. And when you start doing that inner work on it and start feeling confident in what you are experiencing, what you're going through, where you're going, all of the outside things will start to shift to either be in alignment or to get out of there. And that's what's happening right now. Well, it's been happening in pretty rapid fashion for 2019 and 2020. Anything not in resonance with us is trying to leave. And I know some of us are hanging on, like, no, 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 I'm holding you here, but they're trying to go. So if you're in that struggle too, it's bet your hands are getting tired this year already. But Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to hear also about your unique experiences with this because just like everything, everybody's family is different, everybody's experience is different, and struggles with this are different. But I find what makes the biggest difference for me in everything is to have community. It is beyond necessary to have a group of people around you who understand what you're going through and who don't you don't need to explain everything to. That you can just say, "Ooh, yeah, I had this crazy dream with like these three feathers that appeared," and you have a friend that's like, I'm gonna Google the symbolism of three feathers. Let's figure it out." Like, there's nothing better than to find your people in that way and to take the stress and the pressure off of that one person in your life to be your everything, because that's not healthy either. And just to trust that the journey that you're on is important and is leading somewhere, right? And that the people who you love in your life are going to love you no matter what and support you no matter what, even if they don't understand. But then seeing you happy is what's going to kind of help shift that, if that makes sense. So, lots to think about here and lots to learn, but the biggest thing is pulling your ego out of it and knowing that you are the one who is driving and directing the ship, and you don't have to explain yourself to anyone. And that's the biggest thing that I wanted to tell you this morning. So, ooh, hello. I'm seeing hellos. Good morning, Carla. Good morning, Gail. Yeah, check yourself. Exactly. So if you're interested in doing the energetic boundaries and protection workshop tonight, you can still pop in on that. We're going to be talking about it in depth and giving you some actual tools to develop those things. And it's probably some super big pep talks because I think we all need that. Hey, Viv, I've got my flow. And it is almost gone. So tomorrow we're going to be tuning in to the energy update for the weekend, um, the Lionsgate energy update. So if you're feeling like, I was telling somebody the other day that they could do the full moon ritual anytime this week because full moon energy hasn't even slightly dissipated. Have you guys been feeling that? Like, usually, like, okay, full moon, and then the next day it's pretty big, and then it just kind of from there. But it feels to me this week like it's just been amping up and amping up and amping up. So big explosion this weekend with the Lionsgate portal, and we'll tap into that energy tomorrow and see what Peony has to say about that. She's been very chatty lately. Thanks to all you guys for coming in and seeing me and doing sessions. It's been really awesome to connect with you. And yeah, it's been quite a week. Drink lots of water. We have 2 spots left for the fairy ring. So I know some of you said you wanted to come, but if you haven't registered, you need to actually register so that you have a spot. I feel like there's something else, but I'm not remembering. Oh, this month's women's circle is completely full, which is very exciting. So if you're interested in joining September's, I would suggest you look into that now because it's filling up, and I'm super duper excited to circle with you ladies once again. It feels good to like just get back into the swing and do all the things with my people again. So yeah, full moon fired up. It's not letting go. So you know what? It's a great opportunity, and I've actually been doing this oddly enough. So not oddly enough. I don't even know why I said that, but I feel like I did my releases and I've been continually releasing as the week continues. So if you're feeling the same thing, go with it. Like, if you want to do the full moon ritual again, you should do it because so much wants to leave right now to make room for so much coming in. And I'm just feeling very much like once we get to this weekend, just feeling into that Lionsgate energy, or like breaking loose something. And what it feels like is like if you imagine this breaking loose of a paradigm, right? It's just like cracking through the barriers and just like all of your own restrictions and rules and stories you've told yourself, and I'm not good enough, and all of these things, just like cracking through them and breaking out and just being 100% like unabashedly yourself. And it feels amazing. I'm feeling into that energy for all of you, and I can't wait to tap in tomorrow. But I have got to like tone it down a little bit so I don't blow everybody away for the rest of my day. But I love you guys. I hope you have an awesome Thursday. Make sure you drink water, take deep breaths, and I will see you again tomorrow 8:30 for the update. Mwah.